What up, you guys? Empress of Duality here with my lovely twin flame Danny from Northern Comfort Tarot.
Hi guys, good to see you.
Got my sage going. So, I'll wait for some people to get in here, but let's talk about this motherfucking energy, y'all. Because
My neck is killing me.
it has got to be one of the most intense energies. Well, for me, okay? And maybe I'm pretty sure some of you guys can relate to the energy that we've been feeling. So we just want to talk about it. Hey, Brittany.
Hey B, what's up?
Hopefully shine some clarity and some light on this energy. I feel like it has the tendency to be a little dark or nasty or shadowy. But let me share this video real quick, y'all. Get my peoples in here.
Oh, my ice is done.
I was wondering what that was. Plus, we're going to see kind of how y'all have been feeling. I'm interested. I've talked to a few different people, and we on the same struggle.
Same
okay?
wave. We're on the same wave. A lot of us are on the same wave when it comes to energetic stuff that we're dealing with. That's why a lot of you guys are kind of migrating into the Love Vibe tribe. It's because messages resonate with you, and they also resonate with us as well. So that's what's happening there. Hey, Christina G and Dewey.
What's up,
What's
Dewey,
up, Gina?
Gina? Christina G, hello, love.
Yeah, so that's why that takes place, and we really thought that we sat down and had a conversation about like what we're going to put out as far as working in union, and this is what's coming up out of it is energetic updates, probably on the weekly. If not, if shit gets crazy, believe me, there'll be more in between. But we're also looking to put more out there with regards to guidance, not only putting out like our twin flame journey and how we came about, but also tricks to get into union, right? Tricks that'll lead you and guide you into like that union energy. We can't guarantee a union, but we'll try to get you there. How's that?
Right. That's all we can ever do, y'all, is assist you guys in what you already are, remembering what you already are, who you already are. Hey, Michelle, what's up, love?
Hey, Michelle.
And who said that? I think the energy hit me early. Yes, yes. Like before the full moon, Danny and I were feeling it like very much so.
Oh, it's pretty fucking heavy, gnarly energy, right? And a lot of it, sometimes we get lost in that kind of energy, and it's hard to really shine and be that person that you are, right? That unconditional love. But going back into the love energy is where it's good to have someone like your twin beside you to,
or the Love Vibe tribe, y'all.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
All of us.
All of you guys to guide us back into that love vibe, right?
So, right, because we all got to clean our closet out eventually. And the thing is, when you're choosing unconditional love, when you're choosing to be happy and living your best life, you got to clean your closet out of anything that doesn't serve. Or if that is what you're choosing, the universe can compassionately purge it out of you, okay?
Now I'm going to tell you.
Hey Lou, what's up, love?
Yeah,
Ellie?
Elizabeth. Good to see you. So I'm going to tell you something that a lot of spiritualists won't tell you. And that's struggles are real regardless of what level your spirituality is or what dimensional plane you claim to be on.
You level up in the pain, okay? The healing levels up too.
Yeah.
Because you can handle it.
We really feel that the things that we go through together,
Michelle.
There's a lot of teachings that come out of what we go through, and that's what we want to bring to you guys too, is like how we got out of that energy.
Yes, I feel like that's our purpose, y'all.
Yeah.
So literally, I wish there was just a camera on some of the shit that we go through and the conversations that we have.
Yeah, if we had a TV crew here, 24/7,
y'all would really see what it's like.
Be like a Trailer Park Boys episode.
To be on a spiritual journey. Because me and Danny have both noticed, a lot of people like kind of talk about how the tips to getting out of, lower vibrational energy, and they talk about love and all the good stuff and soulmates and twins. But do y'all ever really hear what it's like to truly experience the darker side of your energy, your ego, your shadow, your ancestral bullshit, all of that, right?
Yummy.
And I've just always been the person where like experience always teaches me best. So what could be the best teacher? My experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I have been through it, y'all, okay?
Yeah, we both pretty much in our entire lives, we were talking about how, man, everything that we tried to do, right? Like I went to school to be a community economic development kind of officer, right? That could alleviate a lot of the burdens on my community. Nope. I spent $60,000 and I got some letters at the end of my name. And when I got to a community, they want fucking nothing to do with my shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I was a badass soccer player, y'all. When I say badass, I mean like the best, one of the best in my leagues. Always was. And I remember I was in high school and like the Barton's a private school around where I used to live. And I remember the scouts from the college. Hello, Paolo. I remember the scouts from the college coming out to all my games, and they like assured me a spot on the team when I was going to go to Barton. I got to Barton, y'all, and the coach that had like secured my spot wasn't even coaching anymore. Nobody knew who I was. Oh my god, it was ridiculous. But
so the struggles in our life led us to this point, though, into Union, doing tarot readings and live energy readings and stuff. And if all these things didn't happen or didn't work out for us, if they didn't work out for us, where would we be? I'd be driving a transport truck instead of having my twin beside me. You know what I mean? Like, they were all blessings, right? So the energy that we went through last week,
that explains the energy perfectly. A blessing in disguise.
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise. Even though it felt like the end of our relationship kind of thing, from my end anyways, like it was just like, Jesus Christ, the fucking Antichrist is like living in my house.
Thanks, babe.
Oh, you're welcome, baby. But I'm gonna wrap it. I'm gonna round it off.
Right.
But she wasn't the Antichrist, and I knew I had to just be patient and
I was
and
just
loving.
It was a manifestation of my resistance and resistance.
Yeah, and just being nurturing and unconditionally loving, and sometimes shutting my fucking mouth and doing things that I needed to do, right? Give her the space that's needed so that she can see what's before her. And I knew she could see. Like she's
However, one thing we realized, or at least I've realized, is when someone that you love is in that gnarly ass energy and like they're pushing you away, or they're being an asshole, they don't want to talk, they don't want to communicate. One of the best things you can do for them is to, for one, house unconditional love within you. It's probably going to trigger the fuck out of them. But another thing is, just like in a twin flame relationship, y'all, there's always someone cleaning out their closet and then someone holding that higher vibration, the higher perspective, the higher knowing. And it's not that the twin isn't in that high vibration too, but because you're in that high vibration, you have to clean out the vibrations that are no longer serving that high vibration, okay? But one thing that would be really helpful for if we ever experience this energy again is actually taking the time to talk it out, talk it through, assisting the person that's dealing with the gnarly energy and reminding them of the high vibrational knowing, the high vibrational perspective, right? Because just talking, y'all, can shift the whole energy because you're creatively expressing your feelings, what you're going through, right? And plus, you'll figure out a lot of stuff about yourself. You'll feel when you're resisting the conversation. And then, if you're high vibrational and it's someone you love and you know this person is only trying to help you, when you feel that resistance to their help, you're gonna stop yourself. And you're gonna be like, why am I resisting their love? Why am I resisting their help? They're only trying to help me, right? I want to read this comment real quick. Gina said, what you said about it taking 17 seconds stuck in a negative thought triggers more bad shit really has helped me work on that. Yeah, me too. Helped me a lot too.
that actually, I started invoking it.
That's Abraham Hicks shit, y'all.
At the beginning of my my ascension kind of thing back in
Hey,
2018.
Cynthia.
Really helped me because, like, what I had talked about before about standing outside of yourself and watching what you say and how you interact with other people during the day, and having the ability to curb that
Even when you
before,
don't feel like it.
yeah, before it gets too fucking gnarly and you start like making people cry and shit. You have a way to actively participate, right? Instead of just mindlessly fucking putting stuff out there. You have a way of actively participating in holding your vibration high instead of allowing yourself to spiral, right? Out of control kind of thing. Self control, not so much. It's more of like self awareness.
Yes, it
That's
was
the
a
key.
great teaching of self awareness. And here's the thing, y'all. Like, this was the first time I've ever went through really intense shadow side of my energy. Shadow meaning fear, doubt, resentment, pain, wounds, right? Going into those wounds for healing. And it's the first time I've ever gone into my wounds and have someone around, for one, that could see it all, could feel how I felt, saw how I felt, right? But also someone that was willing and could help me. But the way I've grown up and how I've always done it is I detached. Shit would hit the fan and I detach. I would run. I didn't deal with other people because I didn't feel like I could be my best, right? So I isolated myself. I detached myself from having to be what I did not feel. Meaning, if I felt pissed off, I didn't want to go around anybody because then I'd have to play nice, right? Well, living with someone, you don't really have that choice, but you also get to learn a lot about yourself. And I learned just how much, for one, that I detached from feeling my emotions, feeling my pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason that, codependency was strong in my journey, is because of that detachment of the outside world, of everything and anyone that could help me. I manifested a strong attachment to like drugs and things like that throughout my journey. But now that I've overcome that codependency, I had to see why the codependency was there to begin with, and I had to heal it and I had to feel it, right? So within this energy, there are moments of pure, hold up, there are moments of pure and full blown fear. The best way, y'all, I can relate this energy is you ever smoke weed for the first time and like, or seen someone smoke weed for the first time and they go into like freaking the fuck out and they're paranoid as shit and they're scared, right? That's kind of how it is. It's like that rush of just fear and emotions, and you feel it on every level, and your mind's going 100 miles an hour. And with the full moon, it was Cancer, right? With the
Yeah.
full moon energy, even though Cancer is a water sign, which is emotions, right? We were feeling these deep emotions, okay? But by feeling those deep emotions, what do our emotions come from? Our thoughts. So those feeling those deep emotions of pain, of wounding, of whatever, so that we could heal it, it triggered all the thoughts that were attached to that emotion, right? Which, if you're aware of, is very beneficial because you get to learn how you perceive things that happen to you. You get to learn what the story is that you're telling yourself, right? That doesn't feel good anymore. But there's just full blown moments of fear and thinking that you fucked up and thinking that you didn't do this right and you didn't show up right and your whole life's fucked up. Just, it's crazy, y'all. Like, it's intense. Just those deep, intense moments of fear.
So I got a what do you call that? Automatic writing message when we were going through this thing, and when I told Brooke this message, she goes, "Man, I got the same message." The message was maybe life isn't supposed to be simple or easy. Maybe life always has us on the verge of tears at times, or head in the clouds happy at others, because that's truly the only way to fully live in this life. It's this life, we have emotion, something that we don't have in the ethers, right? In source energy. And we built this life, we built this game so that we could come and play, yes, but also cry and feel grief and feel these things. Not only just to heal ancestral wounds and do all this stuff, but it's also life, living. You know, the loss of a loved one allows us to feel how much of a hole that they filled in our lives, right? Even a loss of someone you couldn't really stand in this small community that we live in now. When someone that was just a complete douche dies, everyone loses a piece of themselves. And that's true to not only our Love Vibe tribe, but to everyone around you, right? Like, oh, someone dies that you weren't necessarily attached to in high school, you feel that loss because
Mm-hmm.
you go immediately back to, when they push you up against the locker and headbutted you or lit your hair on fire. Happened to me a couple times. But there's that
I
missing
wish a
piece.
bitch would, but continue.
There's that missing piece in your life, right? That kind of brought you through something that you grew out of, right? So I don't know. It's that kind of energy. If you haven't already gone through it, or if you're going through it now,
It's
uh,
lingering too. It's a lingering,
yeah,
shadowy energy. Oh my god.
yeah, they're gifts for you to see. Even if you're at a high vibe level, when they come back in, it's not just a test. And a lot of people, I even have called that before, a test to see if you're at a high vibration, but it's also a way to solidify your teachings,
Shit,
right?
you feel some pain, that's how you know. You feel true and deepest pain that came from within you, not something you experienced. It's coming from in you, from your stories, from your wounds, y'all. It's all coming from you. So this is different from if someone dies and you feel that pain, right? This pain, this wounding is all you.
Hey, Kimberly. Hi, Cynthia. Hey, guys. Hope I'm not too late. Can't stay tonight. Liked and shared. Well, that's super
Thanks,
cool. Thank
Kimberly.
you,
Love ya.
Lioness.
We can go back to Gina's question in a minute. But one other thing I want to say about this energy is if you have any, it's cancer, right? Family trauma and wounds and stories and who you are because of your childhood, who you perceive yourself as because of your family. Any family attachments or any family detachments, because there's both sides. We're going to experience it differently. For me, it was attachments, and for my with my family, the attachment came from I found my security in my family. I knew that if my family was around, I never really had to worry because they always had my back. But the thing about that is I never learned how to be on my own. I never learned how to be who I was and responsible for myself. That's pretty much what it came down to. But yeah, feelings, you gonna feel every bit of attachment or detachment when it comes to your family, which is good, which is great. Teaches you a lot. Another thing, real quick, that I learned about this energy, and I feel like some of you, like you said, you've already kind of been through it. Some of you are maybe going through it now, and then may linger for a little bit. But when it came to this gnarly energy, there was just this inside of me. There was this need to seek outside myself for comfort, to like feel better. It was hard for me to tune in. Like usually when I go to sleep at night, I do my deep breaths and like I literally fall asleep taking my deep breaths. But like I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't do my deep breaths and like relax my mind, relax my body. It was hard for me for some reason, and like my mind was just going 100 miles an hour. And like I said, my mind space was going so much because I was feeling so much. Your emotions are attached to your thoughts, right? So every emotion I was feeling had a thought pattern connected to it, so I was listening to those thought patterns in my head. And because I was already feeling lower vibrational emotions with thought patterns going on, that's just it. That I confirmed it within my vibration that just, it is what it is. I'm not thinking clearly. I don't feel good. I'm tired. I have fatigue. I don't feel like talking. You know what I mean? But none of that was really true. So then I got like kind of dug deeper in that because I wasn't in the vortex. The vortex that I talk about, I wasn't in alignment. So every time I agreed with the shit that didn't make me feel good, there was a backlash because I wasn't living in my truth. I wasn't living in alignment. When you're in the vortex, there's no effort, right? Anything you want to add?
Well, on my side of things, there was a lot that came up with like, well, what can I do? What can I do? And
Good night, Elizabeth.
the only thing that came up was like unconditionally love her. You know, this isn't her. This is something that energetically that she's working through. So be sensitive to that. And sometimes when people are going through deep energy purges like that, the best thing to do is nothing. Like get out of the house, or do things that help in the house, like cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, or working on something for yourself. Because when you give too much comfort, people in that are working through energies, they just don't see it, and they just like, can you just leave me alone? And that space is needed in order to delve deep within, right? You can't dive deep within if you're always faced with someone that's like in a higher vibration,
treating you like you're the victim, as the way you're seeing yourself as being the victim, right? You don't want someone that's gonna like add to your victim mentality.
The victimness.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any questions,
or if y'all want to tell me too, I would love to hear how y'all been experiencing this energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Go back up to Gina. What did she say again?
Gina, this practice one. Can you talk more how you know if you're a twin flame in union or a twin flame?
How strong is that desire to find your twin flame? How strong is that burning sensation and seeking and seeking and seeking to find your twin? When look y'all, this is with anything. It doesn't even have to be a twin flame. When we truly want something, when we think of someone or something and it just feels good to us, it feels right to us, there is a reason that it feels so good. That is the universe telling you, yes, you should dive into this. Yes, you should ask for higher knowing when it comes to this subject, because our feelings are our guides, right? When something doesn't make us feel good, that's a red flag, clear indication. Go the other way.
How I found the twin flame teaching was back in 2012. I had this relationship in my life that was just weird. Like, I'd see this girl, I'd walk into a party and I'd see her and she'd be staring at me. And we had a friendship for about 10 years. And it always kind of drove not only me, but when we actually started talking together, it drove her nuts as well. And I just Googled, man. I Googled, just like the things that I was going through with this person. And that led me to twinflame1111.com. So Kat, what's her name? I forget. Anyways, there, not only did her description of the twin flame fit this connection, right beside it was, you might be an empath if, and oh my god, that lit me up on the empathic journey, right? So the more you delve into it and you look at like sites like Twin Flame Revolution, Nick and Dove, our beautiful soul sisters,
but it's all about your own GPS.
The messages that come out, with especially TFR, it's the journey, right? If you look at the signs, there's like 7 or 11 or 12 different signs. There's a whole bunch of signs that you can decipher whether or not you're on a twin flame journey, but it's within, right?
Yeah, and let me just explain this as well. The twin flame journey, it's just a label. It's just a man-made fucking label, y'all. Okay? So just like your zodiac sign and your chart, Do you think just because you show someone your birth chart that they know who you are? No, because it's just a tool for you to seek yourself. The twin flame journey is a tool for you to learn to like seek yourself, for you to learn what unconditional love is, right?
And I'll tell you, it ain't, you know, we don't sparkle in the moonlight like Twilight Saga. You know, we don't do that, right? We do. There are amazing moments, right? But when it comes to like, it was all like the journey was all about me, and it was all about her for her, and not only cleaning out your shit and raising your vibration, but going into union now. It's like if you don't do your work, right? If you don't do all those things to raise your vibration up, to cleanse your past bullshit, right? Past life shit or ancestral shit. If you don't do that, that's what union's all about. It's all about mission. It's all about spreading the word of unconditional love to others through not only your actions, but through how you interact with others every day on the daily.
Just like, okay, let me tell y'all how I view the twin flame label. It's just like saying I'm a twin flame, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian. It's the same thing, right? And here's the purpose of these things. It's like, in a nutshell, God took one soul, split it into two, and put them on earth, okay? With the intention that maybe if I split one into two, they will truly know how to love themselves so that they truly know how to love all of my creations, right? So why victim, let's go with a gay victim person, okay? Someone's gay and they're the victim because they're in a family that's so religious and being gay is not okay. Why would God
Being gay is
put
not okay.
why would God put someone that is gay in a family that does not accept that, that is not allowed, that is not okay? Because when you fucking love someone, when they're your soulmate, when they're your twin flame, and you can't help but to go with your heart, your inner knowing of to love that person no matter what, right? So God put that person in that situation so that that family, that ancestral bullshit, that genetic drama and shit, right? It had to shift because those people, your parents, are going to choose unconditional love, right? Same thing with twins.
As you raise your vibration as well on this journey, you'll notice like you can't hold a job, your entire world is falling apart, and this is signs of ascension, signs of awakening, even that happens as well. And all these things don't fit who you are now.
Mm-hmm.
So spirit drops towers on you to clear out those things that no longer serve you in order to clear the space so that you have space for things that do serve you.
You can't be less than what you have become and be happy. It just doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Dewey's comment made me remember something about this energy, and it is such a beautiful.
I have had many angry victim
lesson.
mentality moments in the last year. It took me a long time to see it for what it was, not happening to me, but allowing it to happen.
So, what Dewey's comment made me remember with this fucking energy, y'all. Okay, so let me see how I can do this. Okay, so when we're going into our shadow side, things come up that we feel like we've already healed, right? Just like codependency and the attachment to seeking something outside yourself to be okay, to be comfortable. Just for example, right? But when it comes to going into our shadow side, and then we listen to that shadow side, when we don't feel good, I don't feel good, I don't feel good, we affirm that, right? It becomes more and more potent. Why? Because we're the creators of our reality. So my point is, when you're going through the shadow side and your mind just seems lower vibrational and you can't control it, you can't rest it, you can't ease it, your emotions are out of control, you feel like the victim, whatever. And then on top of that, you're having shit come up that you know that you've already healed, and then you're like questioning yourself. Jessica and I talked about this, and you're like, well, damn, did I not heal it? Do I still have some resentment there? Do I still have some anger there, some pain, some trauma that I need to work out? No, Probably not. What's going on is you're tapping into, with your mind. How do we create? Our mind. You're tapping into, with your mind and with your emotions, lower vibrational energies, lower vibrational entities. So what happens? These lower vibrational energies and entities are going to show themselves. They might not show themselves in a way that we would think they would show themselves, but they're going to show themselves in a way that we will accept them, right? So let's go with codependency. I thought I had left codependency behind, but I was feeling that energy, okay? And I kind of wanted to beat myself up about it because I felt like I had healed it. But what's happening, and I say it in a lot of my videos, when we choose a higher path, higher knowing, unconditional love, any and everything that's not in alignment with that is going to try to fight it. It's going to try to bring you back down. Any attachments to any lower vibrational energies or entities is going to try to come in and bring you back down that old path. And what I'm getting to is, at what point do we have to take responsibility and say, okay, I'm not wounded, I'm not hurt, I'm not fucked up, I don't have an entity attached to me, the victim role, right? I'm not a victim. So if I'm not a victim to something else going on and making me feel this way, then where is it coming from? Oh, it's coming from me. So really, there's no energy or entity that's attached to me that's bringing me down. It's my acceptance that there's an energy or entity attached to me that allows them to attach to me, right? And allows me to get stuck in that vibration. Kind of a deep message, but I hope it makes sense. Okay.
Lou says, I really have pretty much eliminated victim issues looking at myself, but my big problem is dwelling on past decisions. Can't change the past, but can't convince myself of that.
Like I just said.
When you can't convince yourself of that, you can just allow it. Allow it to be what it was, to bring you to this place.
We look at it, we realize it, right? So that's the awareness of it. We accept it. Not accept it as is, but we accept that it's there, right?
And then we allow it to be, because no matter what decisions you thought were bad at the time, they have all brought you to this point. You know what I mean? And in when you're traveling on the line of destiny, right? You're working like a sine wave. Sometimes you choose the right things, sometimes you choose the bad things, but you're always moving forward towards your destiny. Therefore, there are no bad decisions. And then there was Emily had a good one.
Okay.
I would like to ask a question.
Hold up, Lou, again, to reiterate what I just said in a simple, or not simple, but in a more general way, right? Where did his question go?
Right there.
Oh, my big problem is dwelling on the past, wrong decisions. Can't change the past, but can't convince myself of that. So one thing that I like to go into, just what he said is perfect though. The looking at it, recognizing it's there, awareness of it, the acceptance of it,
and
allowing it, right? Because then we're opening that space for a higher perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, but instead of going into, this is something that helped me and I just want to share it with you because I feel like it'll help you too. Instead of me going into why did I do that? Why do I feel this way? Why can't I see things from a different perspective? That felt so fucking limiting to me. And I promise you, if you go to like any therapist or even a bunch of tarot readers, they're going to ask you, well, why do you feel that way? Why do you think that way? Why do you do the things that you do? Well, if I fucking knew that, don't you think I would change it, right? That's how I feel about it. So then I started going into, well, what? What is this energy trying to tell me? What happened to me in my past? Nothing ever really happens to you because you're not the victim, but that person in the past, they felt like a victim, okay? So that part of me in the past that was victimized, and I created a story from it. Whatever happened to me, what story did I create that's still influencing me? What misaligned thoughts did I create from what happened to me in my past that is still influencing me now, right? So I always like to ask what. And then by asking what, I figure out the how, the when, the who, the where. All of that just comes to me by simply asking what. Plus it feels so much more empowering than why can't I or why this.
There's a t-shirt. Fuck a why.
Yeah, fuck a why. Y'all know how I feel about that.
That can also be a little dirty too. Hold on, go there. I would like to ask a question. Why does my twin flame have issues communicating with me after I set things up to make the other person feel comfortable too? Well, there comes the mirror.
That's what I was thinking.
There comes the mirror.
Which is a pain in the ass when we are not willing to look at it and accept it and allow it.
So your twin having communication issues with you might be that you have issues communicating what's truly inside, or vulnerability issues.
Or not always, right? It's not always a perfect reflection. It is, but it isn't in the way that we think it is. Our minds try to tell us, right? So if he's having trouble communicating, so maybe he has a detachment issue. Well, maybe you have an attachment issue, an attachment for needing validation of the way you do things, of the way you approach, of the way you show yourself, right? So maybe the lesson isn't you need to communicate with yourself better, which is a good tool to actually help with this mirror effect that y'all are going through, the lack of communication and the persistence of communication, right? It's all about resistance and persistence. Where are you resisting? Where are you persisting? Whatever you are resisting is going to persist. But I need to look at the question because it reminds me of my messages, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go?
One more.
One more?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Make the other person feel comfortable too. Right. So, what I'm feeling for you isn't more so a lack of communication that you need to work on. Which it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, because if we are communicating with ourselves, speaking out loud, talking out loud about how we feel, we're going to start to recognize where we're out of alignment. That's how good we are, y'all. We can just speak it out loud and we can hear the misalignment. We can align with the truth. But which is something that you can use as a tool. But where is it within you that maybe you feel like you need validation from other people, okay?
All right, and then we were gonna go down to
Let me see.
what?
I just want to read some of the comments.
All right, baby.
I'm gonna get ready for bed. Good night, Kimberly. Love ya.
Good night, Kim.
Emily can't be the one to set the stage for him. They have to stand on their own and show up. Yes, just like you, right? If someone isn't accepting or willing to see you for all that you are, all your beautiful unconditional love, okay, well, your unconditional love, you're not going to judge yourself. You're not going to label the situation or the person or the experience. You're not going to victimize yourself either, right?
Reminds me.
That's where that self-talk can really help.
Ellie and Adrian, or AKA Dewey, have a channel now. It's called Satnam Springs on YouTube. If you want to check that out, they are twin flames in union, and they're here to do just like what we're doing, helping everybody out, spreading unconditional love.
The only one you can control is you and your vibration. Make it shine bright.
Tammy, if you go back up to Tammy.
Oh.
Tammy, if you do that, is it a part of shadow work, allowing and accepting it? Absolutely, it's a part of shadow work, because when those things come up in your past, right, that you're just like, oh my God, I fucked up, or like, I wish I could change this, or I wish I could change that. Just allowing yourself for it to be, because you have grown from these situations, you've raised your vibration from these situations. That is shadow work.
You want to know the biggest part of shadow work, y'all? Feeling. You gotta feel that shit. The pain, the worry, the stress, the resentment. You gotta feel it to heal it. Water Baby says it best. And it's okay to feel. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be pissed off. It's okay to be mad. Actually, Water Baby did I didn't finish it, but it was really good from what I watched. Water Baby did a shadow work video. I can't remember what it was called. I just clicked on it earlier and watched a little bit of it, and the first part that I watched was so good. Plus, Water Baby is the shit, and she's so fucking smart. But yeah, y'all should check that out.
If you want to find out all our supported channels, you can find it out on our home pages on YouTube on the right-hand side, and just click on the link Water Baby's there. So Emily said, I also experienced being able to have a pathway open to reconnect. I find myself putting it off and just downright turned off because my twin flame is not on the level and has a way to go.
And I find myself asking, do I
Ways to go.
really want to deal with that energy? I'm still being blamed and interrogated about little shit. Hmm.
Well, space is good. You know what I mean? Like, do not chase is like the number one thing in a twin flame journey. We do the runner chaser thing. We activate things in the other, and the other goes away. And there's a place of space that's needed, right? In order for them to reflect and heal whatever wounds happened in the past that you triggered, right? Or he triggered in you.
Mm.
So space is good
And
sometimes.
not to mention, if you're divine feminine, one of divine feminine's most beneficial blessings is creating boundaries, because the divine feminine usually just is open and giving and loving and shares her energy, shares her wisdom. But you need boundaries, or people are going to just attach to your energy and drain your energy.
Now, boundaries aren't something you put in place for others to, the
Yes.
law. Well, you can't come to me like that because that's not acceptable, and I'm putting a boundary up,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to respect that. No, boundaries are for you.
Right.
It's something for you that's saying, when I'm in a situation where I don't feel comfortable, I will allow myself to either leave the situation, or I will, as a boundary as well, as I will stand outside of myself and watch the situation unfold and watch how I not react, but how I respond
And
to the
also,
situation.
how did you set that boundary? Well, it's always good to know, what are you actually manifesting? What are you actually creating? What dynamic are you creating by setting that boundary? That awareness alone, oh my God, intensifies your manifestation times like 1,000, okay? But if you go to set a boundary and you're like, you know what? Let's say they trigger you. They're doing their stupid shit. They're blaming you for stupid shit that isn't your fault. And you get triggered and you're like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Da 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 da. And you cuss them out and you leave. But you set your boundary. Did you set your boundary in a way that made you feel good? Or did that person trigger you and bring out a side of you that was not real, that was not true, that did not make you feel good, right? Don't ever allow someone to trigger you to the point. This is a clear, good indication that you should probably go into separation from somebody. When someone is bringing out the absolute worst in you, there's some healing that needs to be done, some reconnecting that needs to be done so that the relationship can move in a positive direction.
Now, when you're speaking on being blamed and interrogated, another boundary that you can put up for yourself and speak outwardly about is like, look, okay, these things I know, and I went within, and I did the work, and I found what really was at the root of why I said these things or why I did these things, and I went inside and I healed those things within me. But I really would appreciate it if we leave it in the past and move forward,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not serving me at this point. It's not serving you at this point. It's driving you crazy, and like, I don't want to be driven crazy every time you bring them up because I've done the work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's showing them not only compassion, but it's giving them an opportunity to productively say, yeah, okay, okay, I see that you did what you had to do to heal these things within you, and I will heal that now within me too.
Now, Emily, I have one final message for you. So, when I read your comment, I felt that trigger energy, meaning when he does interrogate you and blame you, it pisses you off. Okay? So, not only is it a mirror, right? Especially if it's your twin. Not only is it a mirror, but it's what is it actually reflecting back to you? And what I felt from your vibration is, it may not be so much that you need to set a boundary, But it's look at those triggers. What is he triggering within you? What happened to you that makes you perceive him in a way that doesn't feel good to you? Put it all back on you and take responsibility for it. But with our twin, and anything that happens in our life, it's always happening for us, not to us. But if something is triggering you, that is the universe's way and your own way of showing yourself what you need to look at, what you need to heal, what you need to spend some time on, right? So go into those triggers.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need to run away from those triggers and create separation. You just need to look at them. That's what they're asking from you to do, to look at those triggers and what are they actually telling you, what happened, where are they coming from, right?
Triggers are the blessings that are given to you from the universe to show you what needs to be healed. And as they come up, it's better to work on them there than to allow them to build up, build up, build up to the point where you just fucking snap and lose your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So.
And when it comes to your twin, I would just like to say, anybody that has a twin flame or a soulmate or a connection, never look at your twin or your soulmate as they need to fix their shit. They have a lot of healing to do. They this, they that, all this like judgmental, and they need to catch up with me, right? Because it's a reflection of you. You're talking that way to yourself, right? Everyone is a reflection of us. The universe, the world is your perfect mirror, right? Would you want to talk to yourself that way? Would you want to judge yourself that way? Would you want to label yourself that way? What are they reflecting back to you?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a video on reflection and projection to kind of like delve into that. So you might want to look forward to that on NCT, Northern Comfort Tarot. That's my channel. Man, these are terms that come up in the spiritual world, like doing the work or stuff like that, that some people don't really grasp the entirety of it, right? A quick little segue to reflection. Reflection is when you act a certain way or someone else acts a certain way in your presence, and it's actually a reflection of you and things within you that you need to work on, right? Whereas projection is when someone is telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that, da 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 da. That's projection, as in like a projection screen, right? Or in the movies, it's projecting towards you, or you're projecting things towards them. If you're always trying to tell people what they need to heal
or what they're doing wrong,
that's actually, if you watch the reflection of that, it's telling you what you need to hear. A lot of the times when we do tarot readings, I know I had mentioned it to Jessica from Whispers of Grace like a year ago. Her fucking tarot, like, she came to me, I did a reading for her, and then the next day she had a reading, and I'm like, dude, did you listen to yourself? Everything that you said pertained exactly to what you needed to hear in order to get through the situation that you're in. And she's like, shit, no, really? And I says, yeah, watch it.
And
she came back and it was like, oh my fucking God, dude. So that might help you out as well.
So I got another message from what Danny said, and I've never thought of it this way, and it's really cool. But so when we love somebody, when we like somebody, and we see their shadow side, we don't judge them, you know. But when we don't like somebody and we see their shadow side, their fears, their doubt, their insecurities, we judge them. We label them as good, bad, right, wrong. Okay, so when you're looking at someone that you don't like, probably, and you see their shit, and you go into what they're doing wrong, how they could be doing better, why they act this way, why they act that way, that is a clear reflection of when your triggers come up. That's how you talk to yourself. You knock yourself down and you judge yourself and you label yourself and you say, damn, you're not doing this right, or you're doing this wrong, right? But I thought that was really cool.
Tammy was saying, dealing with a gaslighter and trying to heal my own shit, so not having a good time trying to flip them. So yeah, when you're dealing with a gaslighter, like I was dealing with a narcissist, and what I learned of that narcissistic connection was that I wasn't really paying attention to myself, right? When they were putting me down, that was a clear, like if I was to perceive it now, it was a clear connection for me to go within, right? And know my self-worth and build my self-worth and build my self-love. And, those are the steps that they were teaching me. It wasn't necessarily all the shit that they were doing to me, which you obviously can get caught up in, and it fucking hurts. But it was trying to show me that, dude, you need to fucking love you, number one. And that took me a few months to fucking actually look at myself in the mirror and say, I love you, Danny. But every connection that you have on this earth, especially those soulmates that come to your life to push all your fucking buttons, those triggers are the blessings that guide you through to healing those things within. So
I know I'm late in the chat, but hey Rachel and Iraq, EIROC. I snapped and lost my shit in a huge way. I want to hear about this if you want to comment it. If not, it's okay too. Thank you, Emily. You're so right. Wow, I needed more patience.
Exactly, Rachel. Exactly.
We are a work in progress, always growing. We are a work in progress, always growing. Ellie, okay, yes. So where are we at, baby?
Emily. Oh, I'm just reading. Give me a second. 9 years pass and
Rachel, I've been in a state of reflection. Many people I've met for several months have reflected how I've treated others. It has really opened my eyes to be self-aware how I treat my twin and others. Nice. The awareness of that alone, y'all, is so powerful. Emily, I'm grateful though because my twin flame came out of nowhere after 9 years passed, and he woke me back up and showed me, hey, you still have work to do within yourself. I really thought I was really on a high cloud. Oh yeah.
I rock.
I can feel that.
Lost my job and had a psychotic break. Welcome to awakening and ascension, brother.
That's beautiful.
Oh man, when you hit the bottom, that even if you feel like, oh my god, I'm going through a dark night of the soul. My dark night of the soul was that was the starting point, because I hit the bottom of the pit, and then I started fucking manifesting. I was screaming in bed in tears for days, and at one point I was just screaming to Source saying, look, I need a fucking $1,000 tomorrow because my bills need to be paid.
But really what he's doing, and what Spirit is always asking us to do, is creatively express what we're feeling, even if it's anger, y'all. He was angry and yelling at Spirit, yelling at God. Some people would say that's not okay. Why the fuck not?
I woke up the next day and there was $1,000.
All they want you to do is feel. That's it. No judgment of that feeling. No judgment of how that feeling comes off. Just is what it is. It either is in alignment or it isn't. How you're feeling is always in alignment, and creatively expressing that feeling is always in alignment.
And you can be as stern as you want with Source. It's unconditional love. Period. They can't feel anything, so you're not gonna hurt their feelings. But it's the action, right, and the emotion that you put into it that manifests it forward. Captain Dan moment. I'm not too sure what that means. Bless you too.
It's funny. Oh man, I remember when I had a job and it was so good. I was making so much money, more money than I've ever made. I was like a manager, so I was over top of everybody. And then something fucking stupid, y'all. Stupid. I got a cigarette out of a girl's pack, and she like went and told people that, or like the manager, that I was stealing from her. Okay, bitch, bye. But anyways, I even told them to pull the cameras, and like they still ended up like firing me. And I remember I was so upset and like stressed and like, why? And every time I said why, it made me feel worse. Every time I said why, it made me feel even worse, right? But what I began to realize is the only thing that's making me being fired a bad thing is the way I'm thinking about it. So if I don't like feeling like shit and crying over and over and over again over the same thing that it's not going to change, right? How do I regain control? I step back into alignment. I step back into the vortex, right? Step back into unconditional love, and I change that motherfucking story that is making me feel so bad and putting me so far out of the vortex and so far out of alignment. So, my point for saying that, when it comes to your job and losing whatever, when you go on your spiritual path, you have something, a gift. You have gifts, right? Abilities, things that you're good at, your creative expression in this world, right? And you're finding that, and they take you away from things that are going to limit you. So just don't get too down on yourself or beat yourself up about it.
All right, my turn. I had a job. I had amazing benefits. I made so much money that I could live comfortably, and I could live comfortably with a family. I still have the opportunity to go back to this job. This job drove me fucking nuts, like crazy nuts. And I took 2 sick leaves. This is my second sick leave for mental stress and duress. I was diagnosed with PTSD. And what those narcissistic bosses and all that, and being pushed out of this job and the union fighting, really, I don't even think they did much, but it cleared the space. Okay, it brought me down. I fell into, like, the girlfriend that I was with, who I thought was my twin flame, all put me down into left, all brought me through a dark night of the soul to clear out all the shit, to invite the new in, right? I started doing tarot. I wouldn't have done tarot online on YouTube. That wouldn't even have been a fucking thing to think about if I was still in that job. I would have never met my true twin flame, Brooke. She wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in a dead-end job, driving myself fucking nuts every day, and probably going off sick again. You know, for what? For what? For not having this? I would rather this be broke as fuck, which that's not my vibration. But, and I'm not accepting that as my vibration. But if it wasn't for all these things that I thought were detrimental to my fucking life, and, you know, pushing me on the verge of losing this house, and pushing me, you know, if it weren't for those blessings, I wouldn't be here right. She wouldn't be here right now. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be here right now. So.
I got 2 tricks I want to teach y'all when it comes to manifesting and your thoughts, okay? So Ellie said it really good earlier on her channel, and that is affirmations, right? We say something and affirm it, think it over and over and over and over and over again. You speak it, speak and create your reality, speak things into existence, right? And even if you don't quite have that feeling of it yet, let's say I am rich, and you don't quite feel that emotion, right? But you keep saying it, and you keep saying it, and you keep saying it. So the 2 tricks I wanna invite you guys to tap into is, for one, when you're thinking that way, becoming aware of I am rich. Boom, it's gonna bring up an emotion, it's gonna bring up a feeling or a thought pattern, right? So what comes up when you say that? Do you think I want to be rich, and you say, oh, but I gotta do this, but I don't have this, but what would my family think about me, or whatever comes up, right? So I want you to be aware of what the feeling that comes up when you say that, because that is what you're manifesting. Does not matter what you're saying, right? It's a feeling, real quick, a feeling in your emotion is nothing more than a thought you have thought over and over and over and over and over again, okay? The emotion does not exist without the thought. That's just how it works, y'all. So by becoming aware of how you feel when you think something, you can then, you know, for one, heal it. But another thing is, if we're going around saying, you know, I'm rich, and then we don't feel that, then we're manifesting the lack of it, right? Because sometimes when we're saying I am beautiful, I am petite, I am whatever, and we know in our mind, or we feel like we know in our mind that it isn't true, then we're sending out the vibration of the absence of it. I'm beautiful. Then you feel yourself like resisting that. You're sending out that resistance. So my second tip, my second trick, when it comes to affirmations and visualizations and thinking and manifesting and observing your thoughts, right? When you're affirming, I am beautiful, and you don't feel it, okay? Well, your subconscious, your emotions, they don't fucking know whether, okay, I'm gonna use a different affirmation. I am driving my new car. my Mercedes, right? I'm driving my new car. I own a Mercedes. Okay. So if you don't feel that you own a Mercedes, it's not real, right? When you're manifesting and you're visualizing yourself driving that Mercedes and you're getting into the present moment of owning that Mercedes, the best way to bring that manifestation to you as quick as possible is think about something that fills you with love, fills you with light. Your subconscious mind, your manifestation energy doesn't know that that emotion has nothing to do with the car. So basically what I'm saying, when you're going to manifest and visualize and you're thinking about having the car, fill yourself with some emotion that feels good to you, and you're just going to add momentum to that manifestation. It doesn't matter if it has anything to do with what you're manifesting. It's just that you feel it, right?
So manifesting 101, thought, right? If you don't attach an emotion to it and feel it, you're not going to manifest it. But if you have a thought,
it doesn't matter how you feel it. Any way that you can feel it works.
If you don't feel it, you're not going to manifest it. If you take that thought and emotion and turn it into something that you feel, I feel rich, I feel like I have a new car, right? Like, if you don't feel it, you got to feel it, man. You got to feel it to attract it. I feel like shit. Well, you're going to feel like shit. And you're going to continue to feel like shit until you get into the mindset of like, oh my God.
Ooh, want to know another tip?
I feel better.
Go and do something that you have so much fun doing. If that is going to the grocery store, you just love going to the grocery store, right? Or listening to music, you just love listening to your favorite song. It makes you feel so good. Listen to your favorite song and think about your manifestation. Feel how good it feels to listen to your song, and then just visualize yourself driving that car. Your subconscious and the manifestation energy does not know that that emotion has nothing to do with what you're manifesting. It just becomes your manifestation, right? Ooh, kill him. Okay.
Thank you, Tammy, for your blessing. Hope you have a good evening, love.
Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for the beautiful messages.
Hey, man, well, we've been on for an hour.
Hey, Dylan, what's up, love? I just saw you on my phone.
At this time, I want to tell you that we both do personal readings, whether it's live one-on-one with you guys. We're also getting into coaching as well. So if you want to check out how to get a reading from us, which is pretty much, it's channel messages from Spirit with a bunch of cards on the table, but it's also cheaper than fucking therapy. And I'm telling you, the advice that comes out through us from Spirit is exactly what we need to fucking hear. You know what I mean? So it might be an option for you, iRock or whatever, to truly delve into why these things are happening for you, not to you. So check it out.
Tammy, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for your beautiful comment. You are so welcome. Our intention, y'all, is to always bring messages and guidance of the highest good only, messages of love, healing, and the utmost fucking clarity. We thank you guys for showing up for yourselves. We thank ourselves for being here, and thank you to every amount of source energy that goes into guiding, loving, protecting, and supporting us along our journeys, our souls. Fucking thank you.
Amen. If you'd like to donate to this channel or leave a tip for the Empress, you can find out how to do so down below. We also accept anything that you want to send in the mail that you feel would bless us. So all that stuff's in the description below. My channel, link to my channel is also in the description below, so you can find me easily. And then it's also on the side of it's in the supported channels on her homepage. So.
Thanks so much, guys. Seriously appreciate you both.
Oh, we love you guys.
Excellent advice. Thanks, Lou. You know I got you, love.
We get so much healing in our own lives sitting here and bringing you the guided messages.
Yes, Dylan. I've been dressing for the job I want rather than the job I have, and the confidence and energy is out the roof.
Hey,
yes.
Man, that's how you do it, man.
Yes,
taking
that's what I'm
action.
talking about.
Taking action.
Plus, doing something that makes you feel good with the intention, right? The thought of what you want. Boom, the universe doesn't know the fucking difference. That's what you're manifesting.
When you're dressed to the nines, man, that raises your vibration.
Love this. I will, Brooke. Read Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. Okay. Alrighty.
So I also want to make mention we have a third channel that is kind of laying idle right now that we might end up bringing up.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
know.
Twin Flame Tarot. You might want to subscribe to that because we're going to put content on that. I'm going to put content on there, especially things like this as well that helps twin flames on their journey. You know what I mean? Not only twin flames, but everybody really. So we might delve into that. We're kind of like in the experimental stages of what we're going to put out, and I'm definitely going to keep that kind of up to date. So
All right.
if you haven't already subscribed to this channel or my channel, you can, you would honor us and by sharing that first initiation of love by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and ringing her bell
I love y'all so
to ensure that you get
much.
notifications.
Man, every time I read y'all's comment, it's like I tap into your energy just for that moment, and I can just feel the love that y'all like house for us.
Oh my God! And then,
oh my God, and we love you so much in return. Everything we do it all for you guys.
Amen. Not to mention all the love that you guys are sharing and helping each other through these things too. I love the comments that you guys are putting up for each other, and that's my love vibe tribe.
Motherfucking love vibe tribe. I love you guys. Is there anything else?
We should get some t-shirts, love vibe tribe member.
Oh, I already got t-shirts ideas for fucking days. I just need somebody to help me out.
Yeah, we'll go down.
Look, Lou knows what one of my t-shirts are. One day, I'm telling you, you will see unconditionally fuck it on a t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Empress of Duality in the pocket.
Chicken dinner on a stick.
Yeah.
Think that would make it?
Lover, chicken dinner. Where is my chicken dinner? There her is. Come here, come say hey, baby.
Anybody want to say hi to Ellie?
Come here.
Ella?
Come
Ella.
here, come say hey.
Come on.
Come on, CPC%.
Time to be a superstar. Oh my God, she's being like dead weight.
She's sleepy. Look at that baby.
There's unconditional love for you right there.
This is chicken dinner on a stick. Thank you, baby. Come on, may I have a kiss? Oh!
Oh.
She sits in here every time we read or every time we're live. She likes to hold space. There's a good space holder. Ain't that right, baby?
Okay.
Love you.
I think we good.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Thank you all for joining us on this Sunday evening.
Yes.
I know maybe next time it might be on my channel, but we shall see. So thank you for blessing us with all your beautiful energy. You want to end her?
Nothing but love, you guys. I will see y'all soon. And Empress of Duality, out.